Might as well stay standing up.
Yeah,
All right. Calling the regular city council meeting to order at 7:28 p.m. on Tuesday, January 24th. City council chambers, start with the pledge of allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic and one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. The roll call.
Alderman Johnson.
Present.
Alderman Fairwell.
Here.
Alderman. Here. Alderman Montoya.
Here.
Alderman McGee.
Present.
Alderman Carr. Here. Alderman Roll.
Here.
7 here, Your Honor.
Need a motion to approve city council minutes from January 10th, regular city council meeting. Is there a motion? Motion by Alderman Johnson, second by Alderman McGee on the question. Clerk, please do the roll.
Alderman Johnson.
Aye.
Alderman Fairwell.
Aye.
Alderman Rita.
Aye.
Alderman Montoya.
Aye.
Alderman McGee.
Aye.
Alderman Carr.
Aye.
Alderman Roll.
Aye.
7 ayes, Your Honor.
Thank you. Public comment. Any public comment? Public comment.
Hi, I'm Brian Meadows with the Forestry Board here in Blue Island. This is just a reminder that Thursday at 6 p.m. we will be having a town hall to talk about the new forestry grants. And we'll be talking about the maple syrup tap that will be happening in the park here. So please join us Thursday, 6 o'clock. That's right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other public comment? Next, I'd like to do a moment of silence. We lost a former mayor of the city of Blue Island, three-term mayor Rich Withers. I will follow up with the proclamation at the next meeting. I'm still waiting for more data from the family. I know a lot was done in his 12 years in office. I know at the very least, I think it was the police station, one of the fire stations, but I wanted to get more formal than just a basic proclamation. So at least we're going to do a short moment of silence for past city of Blue Island mayor. Thank you. Our mayor's report, we need a motion to approve payroll in the amount of January 20th, 2023. The amount of $471,990.20. The motion, Alderman Roll, second Alderman Rita, on the question. Clerk, please do the roll.
Alderman Johnson.
Aye.
Alderman Fairwell.
Aye.
Alderman Rita.
Aye.
Alderman Montoya.
Aye.
Alderman McGee.
Aye.
Alderman Carr.
Aye.
Alderman Roll.
Aye.
7 ayes, Your Honor.
Carries. Next, we have a motion to approve accounts payable in the amount of $411,457.56. For a motion. Alderman Carr, second Alderman Fairwell, on the question. Thank you.
Just one item. On page 12, there's four items for Paradigm Technology. One of them is $19,040, and it has no detail. I just wanted to get some a little bit more about that.
Mark.
Yes, information forthcoming.
Thank you. Thanks.
You know what it is? It's
Yeah.
a number of things. It's for laptops.
The same invoice, but it's page 12.
I see, yeah, it doesn't have an invoice number. I see, yeah.
Yeah, so all of those three accounts that the do their line all go along.
That
with
makes
some
sense.
sort of construction.
Thank you.
Alderman Johnson.
Aye.
Alderman Fairwell.
Aye.
Alderman McGee. Alderman.
Aye.
Alderman Roll.
Aye.
7 ayes, Your Honor.
Carries. C, motion to approve January 13th, 2023 manual check to PM Construction in the amount of $24,725. This is for the clerk's office safety and COVID remodel. Is there a motion? Motion by Alderman Fairwell, second by Alderman Roll on the question. Clerk, please do the roll.
Alderman Johnson.
Aye.
Alderman Fairwell.
Aye.
Alderman Rita.
Aye.
Alderman Montoya.
Aye.
Alderman McGee.
Aye.
Alderman Carr.
Aye.
Alderman Roll.
Aye.
7 ayes, Your Honor.
Next, we have a motion to approve January 18th manual check. Specific printing in the amount of $2,156.38. I think it's the postage for the waste flyer. A motion. Alderman Carr, second Alderman Fairwell on the question. Clerk, please do the roll.
There was Alderman Roll, then Alderman Carr.
Carr.
Alderman Johnson.
Aye.
Alderman Fairwell.
Aye.
Alderman Rita.
Aye.
Alderman Montoya. Alderman
Aye.
Alderman Carr.
Aye.
Alderman Roll.
Aye.
Seven ayes,
Carries. Next under E. Motion to approve the ordinance to amend title 11 business regulations from chapter 111 alcohol and liquor use. The motion. Motion Alderman Roll, second, Alderman Rita on the question. Yep.
It states here, nuisance activities. And the last line says, shooting and gunfire. Can we amend that to say any acts of violence?
Amenable, any opposition to the amendment?
And just the legal definition of violence.
Yeah, I think I would say any act of violence, including but not limited to
That's good.
shootings, gunfire, et cetera.
Yes.
So do it have to be violence, could it be passing out in the yard constantly? You know, bringing it alcohol and someone's home, you know, leaving the bottles there consistently.
That vandalism, acts of
We're
vandalism.
adding that language.
Yeah, yeah.
It's more shoring up our current code. Any other questions or amendments? Not for
Alderman Johnson.
Aye.
Alderman Fairwell.
Aye.
Alderman Rita.
Aye.
Alderman Montoya. Alderman McGee.
Aye.
Alderman Carr.
Aye.
Alderman Roll.
Thank you. That we're gonna need to pass right now, waiting for the actual final version of this. To go back to the Green Alley grant we received, a big grant to reduce some alleys in town. It'll be on the next agenda. We're not ready to pass. G, an ordinance for the city of Blue Island, County, Illinois, amending Title 13 General Regulations for Chapter 130 Offense Against Public Peace and Safety of the Port of Blue Island. For a motion. Motion Alderman Fairwell, second Alderman Roll on the question. Alderman Fairwell.
Is this, I think it might be, I may have back with the wrong title on it. It seems to be the right ordinance, but the title is alcoholic and liquor of the code of Blue Island.
G.
Under G. The language in the ordinance is relevant to the thing that the one that documented. It said an ordinance of the city of Blue Island amending title 11, chapter 111, alcoholic liquor. Maybe I got it.
I don't like the one. This one
Oh,
here.
I see what happened. So first page of the ordinance regarding against public peace and safety says a crime title, but the second page. So
Okay.
that will be amended. Thank you.
Any other questions? Clerk, please read the order.
Alderman Johnson.
Aye.
Alderman Fairwell.
Aye.
Alderman Rita. Alderman Montoya.
Aye.
Alderman McGee.
Aye.
Alderman Carr.
Aye.
Alderman Roll.
Aye.
Seven ayes.
Carries. Next, we have an ordinance for the city of Blue Island, County, Illinois, amending Title 10 garbage, Title 3 administration, updates code for change waste control practices. Is there a motion? Motion Alderman Roll, second Alderman McGee on the question. Alderman Roll.
Yeah, it's my understanding and my work on the rates in particular to this point, or rather is my position to ensure that we arrived at a revenue figure that matched a plan for what transitioning to the new contracts in operations and public works would look like. I'd like to thank the administration for putting that together. I know it's not easy for the first year. My understanding, though, that the rates we are proposing are only for the first year, and that we would revisit these rates once we have some data in hand to see how operations are and what the cost is like. So I guess I'd like to maybe just propose if we amend this on the floor to be specific that these rates are only representative of the first year.
I second it.
If I would suggest the time frame would be after El Lake Shores 2024, they give us the new rates. That'd be a good time to revisit, so we're not revisiting double.
Yeah, I'm more 12 months and yeah,
Okay.
that's fine.
Any other questions?
Just a little typo on line 1 says tin cans. I'm assuming this is going to say bottles, but it says bodies.
Oh, no. Yes, sir.
A, one. Yeah, but refuse.
Number one.
All household and kitchen? Starting off with that?
Yes, all household.
Refuse,
Tin cans and.
The OTTI, yes.
Mhm.
Got it.
Okay. Any other questions? All right, clerk, please go roll.
Alderman Johnson,
Aye.
Alderman Fairwell.
Aye.
Alderman Rita. Alderman Montoya. Alderman McGee.
Aye.
Alderman Carr.
Aye.
Alderman Roll.
I'm sorry, are we voting on the proposed amendment or on the ordinance as is?
The amendment was agreeable, I was gonna roll with one agenda.
As amended.
Okay, thank you, then I.
Seven ayes, Your Honor.
Mayor announcements, I would just like to say, there were some big items discussed, like the construction meeting this meeting, I thank the council for the time and consideration of reviewing all the information. And I'll have a proclamation for passing the reform mayor at the next meeting, and that's why the bunting's up and the flag is up. They did not have a service, that's why I sent out the obituary. It was just a family thing. And his son did come from Kansas to visit Kruger and City Hall, and Mark Tosk gave him an entire tour. He hasn't been in the City Hall since the day I was mayor, and was surprised on how well we've been running the ship. It would be like a very great place that me and Mark will during everything else. And I'll have more information on former mayor. It seems like a long time ago. The city hasn't had a lot of mayors. If you go over that 180 years. But I'll have more information on what it was accomplished under his term at the next city. Thank you. City Clerk.
May 15th, it will be river cleanup. The town hall meeting is Thursday for the forestry board at 6 o'clock. First Lutheran Church is holding an English conversation room, improve your English. We should have flyers at the city hall. See if you know anybody that's interested. Hometown Hero registration has begun today. It's $100. So they have the flag banner up last year. We should go back up Memorial Day, and we're taking new entries also this year. Unless somebody wants to join. We're also working with the library to do something. I believe it's May 24th with the veterans, and we'll post on that. A Black History event is Sunday, February 26th at 3 o'clock at the John D. Reader Rec Center. And everyone is invited.
Also, I don't want to forget, it's not, council will get a formal email, we should most likely. There's a small dedication on February 5th, it's a Sunday at 1 p.m. To dedicate the next door training center to both David Schultz from the Blue Island Police Department and David Schultz from the U.S. Army. So it's David Schultz Memorial Training Center. One who did his entire career before passing away of cancer in the Blue Island Police Department. The other one died for our country. Classmate of several people in the group here. So we're doing families coming out February 5th. It's not a big thing having, but it's February 5th at 1 p.m. here in the East End. As soon as Chief Barr sends out an email, make sure everybody gets invited. All right, so we have city treasurer here tonight, nothing to vote on. City attorney. City administrator, is everything
No, Mr. Squash.
good? Any alderman, reports or comments? Alderman Johnson, where was it?
You younger than me.
Okay.
Means I got more time. I just wanted to let everyone in my ward know, if you're in the purple area, there was a typo on that as well. It's our pickup will remain on Monday, not on Friday.
Yeah, sure. I will just look right. So unfortunately, the mail that we did for us, we found out this morning that there is an error on the service map. I expressed some extreme displeasure over that, but at some point you have to should be destructive. So we're working to make it right. We're getting new graphics done up. I'm going to press them to have them be an LRS to make a little financial commitment to try to make up for this in terms of marketing purposes. We'll use our social media. We are also in the process. Deputy Clerk Renata Alvarado and a couple of our staff members from our department have been translating for a Spanish version of this as well. So as we talked about, there's going to be a bit of a rollout process here and a rollout had a couple of months. So,
Thank you. Any other, Alderman John?
Yes, well, I got a couple of things, questions, maybe Alderman McGee can help me with this. Is Watch Group 37, is they still having their Black History event?
Yes, I believe that they're working with the library and they're doing it on video. They're doing a video presentation like they did last year.
And just my concern about the John D. Regas Rec Center. You know, myself and Mr. Wogan had been having conversations prior about redoing the floor because it's not in great shape. And the longer, I know, you know, we're strapped for cash, but the longer we wait, worse it gets. And it's going to end up costing us more than between 18. I think we've got an estimate like 18 to 2,200 or something to redo the floor. But it's also a safety issue as well. So I would like to see if we could try to get that done, you know, as soon as
That
possible.
figure included the striping.
I'm not sure about that. It's just the coating. Because yeah, the polyurethane, because the striping, you know, isn't that bad, but it's going into it now.
I think that's just probably making it like, putting it like on a schedule, maybe we're doing like every year or every 2 years. I'm not too sure, obviously we'll take recommendations from them. Those are doing, potentially does project again, but I can second that.
And because the thing is, I looked at Calumet Parks for, and they don't get it done every year, but they have a nice coating, but they keep it up, you know. As far as the maintenance, you know, you can't really use a lot of harsh chemicals on it to clean it and things of that nature. Somebody waxes and buffs it. But the other thing is I would like to see more programs ran out of the rec center with no cost to some of the residents, well, to our residents, maybe to, you know, outside of Blue Island. And if we could utilize it on the weekends, like for basketball games to the high schools or whatever, and maybe generate revenue for that in order to help, you know, pay for it as well. That's it.
All right, get on the appropriation. Concrete basketball court.
Yeah.
All right, any other questions, comments, concerns? Not, we'll need a motion to adjourn. Motion, Alderman Rita, second by Alderman McGee on the question. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed?